Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, Dave Frank from Cleveland. A couple things for you. Great coverage on the draft. And Shedeur Sanders, he's our Mr. Irrelevant, just like Brock Purdy was for the Niners. Watch this kid. I wasn't a big fan of him, but now to get him in the fifth round, this kid's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Well, I'm looking for him to do good. And with the wide receiver group, we got to find out what we got with Jamari Thrash, Cedric Tillman. We drafted these people. Let's see what they got. Put them on the field with live action instead of letting them ride the pine and watch and learn. How about that, Dave? I love you, brother. You be good. Be safe for you and the family. And I'll be in touch. But watch out for Shedeur with that chip on his shoulder.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Let's welcome in Casey Kinnamon from the Orange and Brown Report. Casey, in the fifth round, I have absolutely no problem at all with Shedeur Sanders. I like the pick a lot. I might have even been willing to go a little bit sooner than Andrew Berry did. It's a no. They got him in the same round as Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, if you had told me that before the draft, I would have bet you my life savings that wasn't a possibility. But I'm not so much concerned about the chip on his shoulder as I am just he has to understand, this is a be who can afford to be league, and he slipped for a few reasons. So now it's incumbent upon him to come in and put the work in, put his head down, master the playbook, and to show that he belongs here. As long as he takes that approach, I think he'll be just fine. His skill set fits what Stefanski wants to do pretty well. As far as the receivers, though, yes, we need to see what we have in Jamari Thrash, and we started to see what we had from Cedric Tillman, but it's not incumbent upon the coaching staff to just give them the minutes. They have to earn it. And as long as they take that approach, I think we'll see plenty of both of them this year.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say about the wide receivers, we haven't put any draft capital into them. The third round is the earliest you've taken them. Tillman and Anthony Schwartz under this regime were third-round picks. Thrash was the fifth-round pick. In order to get elite receivers, you got to take them in the first two rounds. It's just, you can point to, I know Puka Nacua was in the fifth and this guy was in the third. Those are outliers. If you want a guy that is elite, go get him early.
And I think we saw this approach with defensive tackle for years. They were mid-round guys, and then the last two drafts, what have we seen? A second-rounder and a first-rounder. So they took those mid-round swings. They couldn't develop those guys. Then they started taking higher caliber talent in that position. And I think we'll ultimately see that at wide receiver as well. I think going forward, and I expected them to take one this year. And there's a couple spots they could have taken a swing on receiver, and they opted not to in this draft. So that is a philosophy I like to see going forward.
Yeah, it's a passing league. They value cornerbacks. If you value cornerbacks, I don't understand why you don't have the same kind of value on a wide receiver on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it comes down to just the lack of equity. They haven't had a lot of high round picks coming off the Deshaun Watson thing. So we'll be able to properly evaluate that going forward now that they have, multiple first rounders next year. The second round picks are coming back into the fold. So that is something that you're correct. If you look around this league, you can find a ton of second round wide receivers that have hit, but you start dipping into that third, fourth, they become scarce. So I would like to see them take a swing next year.